Howdy hey folks! Today we're going to be going over a couple of really cool mechanics called free dash jumping and dash storage. Dash storage specifically is a bit complex in explanation, but both are very simple to execute with a bit of practice. Before we begin, I would really like to thank both Locked and CabalCrow for their help with this video. They both provided me with a great amount of information regarding these mechanics, and I hope I do it justice here. So to begin, what is dash storage? Dash storage is a technique that allows the player to store away extra dash frames by canceling a dash. A dash can be canceled via a dash jump, wall jump, or a slide. Dash storage was discovered back in September of 2019 by Locked in version 1.02. The tech itself seemed like it could be very powerful, but outside of a few instances, such as iframe abuse, it wasn't used very often. In the later 1.04 version of ULTRAKILL, Locked was testing slide jumps, trying to figure out why the player would get a seemingly random boost in velocity. Subsequent testing of this and pulling it off more consistently led Locked to the discovery of the super slide jump, or the SSJ. In May of 2020, a user by the name of CabalCrow had discovered a new speed tech called the free dash jump, or FDJ. This dash jump also only cost half the stamina of a normal dash jump, though at the time it was a frame-perfect input and could only be performed consistently when sliding off slopes. How did this tech work? Hakita, the developer of ULTRAKILL, had revealed that at the end of a slide there existed a single dash frame. It was this frame that allowed someone to do the FDJ or the SSJ. Eventually, people started to use both the SSJ and the FDJ consistently. However, a problem they encountered was that some could use the SSJ, but not the FDJ, and vice versa. These techniques both stemmed from the same exact inputs, and if someone could pull off the FDJ consistently, shouldn't they be able to pull off the SSJ consistently as well? Locked, who favored the SSJ over the FDJ, decided to do some testing of his own. During these tests, he noticed that whenever he did a dash jump, all his SSJ attempts became FDJs. Well, when you perform a dash jump, you're actually canceling the dash early. As we've learned briefly before, when you cancel a dash, you store those dash frames away. So when coming out of a slide, instead of having a single frame to perform an FDJ, you have however many frames you stored, widening the window that you can perform this technique. Using some modding tools, Cabal was able to investigate the code of the game and was able to confirm that this is indeed what was happening. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this technique. As mentioned before, you can store frames by canceling a dash. You can think about it like this. When a dash is canceled, the stored frames act as fuel in a container. This fuel can be utilized in various ways. When you perform a slide jump, dash, or a slam, this fuel is consumed. If you dash and move into a slide as soon as possible, you'll see the immediate effects of dash storage. During the duration of the slide, you'll be completely invulnerable. You can even change direction and maintain this invulnerability. However, you must be very quick, as letting go of slide will expend some of your stored fuel. So now let's talk about the FDJ. Once you understand dash storage, this technique is very easy to understand and utilize with a bit of practice. The easiest way to perform an FDJ is to cancel a dash through a dash jump. What you'll then want to do is perform a slide. Now for myself, I find it easiest to FDJ if I let go of the slide and jump very slightly after I start to stand up. It might take some practice to get a feel for it, but once you do, it's fairly simple. After you get it down for one FDJ, try chaining them together. If you start getting an SSJ and not the FDJ, that indicates that you've used up all your fuel. Something to note about stored frames, as long as you don't do anything that would normally spend this fuel, you can carry it as long as you like. So where can you use dash storage and FDJ? Experiment around. Since slide jumping can be chained, the FDJ isn't used as often for speedruns, but it's a nice tool to use if you flub your movement and need to get back on track fast. And there you have it, folks. The brief history of the FDJ and dash storage and how to perform these fun mechanics. Play around with them and test them out. Use them in cybergrind or in casual runs. And before we go, another final thank you to Cabal and Locked. Without them, this guide wouldn't be as nearly in-depth or interesting. Things are picking up with college on my end, so I'm going to be taking a short break from guides until I catch up on some work. The next one I'll be working on is an in-depth combat tech guide. And thank you so much for all your support, fellas. I really appreciate it, and I love being involved with such an awesome community. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next one, and until then, take care and stay safe.